Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Memory 1 MPDSL lecture of academic speaking subject and all of my beloved friends. First of all, let's say a lot of thanks to our God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us grace, guidance, and blessing so that we can gather in this room in a healthy condition. Also, salawat and salutation delivered to our Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has brought us from the darkness into the brightness of the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, in making decision the tourism site to be visited, my family and I considered some natural tourism sites in South Sumatra. There were the Ampera Bridge, the Bidadari Waterfall, the Curugmang Waterfall, the beautiful Matang, the Mana River rafting, and the last is the Kemaro Island, which I will discuss here. We decided to visit the Kemaro Island because the history of the Palembang Chinese people meeting is very interesting. The scenery around the Kemaro Island, which is very beautiful to each other. Ladies and gentlemen, to find some information about the history and the beautiful scenery of Kemaro Island, we browse in the internet. https://id.m.wikipedia.org wiki _Kemaro. Kemaro is a small delta on the Muslim River. It's located about 6 km from the Ampera Bridge. Kemaro Island is located in the industrial area between the Sriwijaya Fertilizer Factory and the Pertamina, also the Gerang River. The position of Kemaro Island is likely the east of the center of Palembang City. First of all, I will tell you what I will talk in this opportunity. I will describe the history of Kemaro Island and beautiful scenery there. This description will provide you with some things to think about the beautiful scenery and the history before you are visiting Kemaro Island. Let's start with the history. On Kemaro Island, there is also the tomb of the daughter of Palembang, Siti Fatima. According to a local legend written on a rock beside the Hok Jing Rio Temple, in ancient times, a prince from China named Tan Bun An came to the Palembang to trade. When he asked permission from the king of Palembang, he met the king's daughter, Siti Fatima. He immediately fell in love with Siti Fatima. They also established their love and intended to walk down the easily. Then Tan Bun An took Siti Fatima to mainland China to see Tan Bun An's parents. After some time, they returned to the Palembang with him, with the 7 jars filled with gold. Arriving at the mouth of the river, Tan Bun An wanted to see the gold gifts in the jars. But what a surprise, because what he saw was mustard greens. Without thinking, he threw the jars into the sea, but the last one fell on the deck and broke. It turns out there was gold in it. Without thinking, he plunged into the river to retrieve the gold in the jar that he had thrown away. A bodyguard also jumped into the river to help him, but the 2 men never showed up. Siti Fatima finally caught up and plunged into the river too. In memory of the 3 of them, a temple and tomb were built for them. Ladies and gentlemen, beside the history of Kemaro Island, Kemaro Island also has the beautiful scenery based on information of Wikipedia website. There are 4 beautiful scenery. First, the 9 floors of pagoda that rises in the center of Kemaro Island and was built in 2006 is the island's main attractions. This pagoda stands 45 meters tall with 5 levels. The pagoda was constructed of 9 levels to correspond with the meaning of Feng Shui. This Chinese pagoda has 8 corners, which correspond to the symbol of Huatgua or the 8 trigrams. According to the meaning of the color symbols found in Chinese belief and pagodas, color is bright. Second, the temple. There is a temple that already exists. Hokkien Temple, or better known as Known Am Temple, was built in since 1962. In front of the temple, there are the tombs and the tombs between the Tandun as a prince and Siti Fatima as a princess, side by side. It was their love story that became a legend of the formations in this island. Third, there is the place, and its place called Tree of Love, which symbolizes as a right of true love between the nations and the different cultures in ancient times between Siti Fatima, princess of the Sriwijaya Kingdom, and Tanwuan, prince of China. It is said that a couple carves the name on the tree, then the rhythms will continue until the level of marriage. For the reason, this island is also known as the Island of Marriage. And last is there is the attraction on Kemaro Island itself during the annual Cap Gourmet event, which coincides with the 15th day of the Chinese New Year. At the event, the Chinese or indigenous people flock to the Kemaro Island to see the sevens or to see the events that are on that day. Usually, that the Cap Gourmet event itself only lasts 1 and 3 days. Many attractions can be seen, namely prayer events with the Chinese citizen, lantern flags, and last is lion attraction at night. Ladies and gentlemen, let's review the history and beautiful scenery of Kemaro Island. Kemaro Island is the interesting place if you want to know the history of the Palembang and Chinese people meeting. Kemaro Island have a beautiful scenery like pagoda with 9 floors, Kwan Am Temple, the Tree Love, Cap Gourmet attraction, and etc. History and medieval scenery I explained can be some consideration if you decide to visit Kemaro Island. Ladies and gentlemen, rather than I promote, I have just give informations. I hope that information can avoid you from the wrong history about the Kemaro Islands. If you want to see the real history, you can visit Kemaro Island and see the beautiful scenery too. Thank you so much for your great attention and keep enjoying. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.